Let me start by just recognizing some of our distinguished leaders that are here. I have to recognize the party chairman, our own dear senior brother, distinguished Senator David Mark.
Right, everyone, welcome to Post Media Services. It's not longer news that Peter Obi has finally made his own decision to move out of Labour Party and join ADC. Now, ADC is African Democratic Congress, and then it was a party that has been in place for some time. However, we saw that the opposition group in Nigeria decided to come together under one umbrella and then come up with one single candidate that will give Tinubu a run for his money. Now, ADC was agreed upon as the party to use for this purpose. Now, the issue now is that a lot of Obidients are not really happy with this latest move by Peter Obi. Some people are even saying that the Obi may lost his relevance having joined the ADC. However, this particular party is doesn't have that structure, at least compared to Labour Party. But of course, this same party has important individuals and every weight that could upturn Peter Obi. But of course, he has gone ahead to make his decision, and he has chosen to go by it. Now the question now is that how relevant will this decision be to Peter Obi and his followers? Let's not forget that a lot of people have been saying that, look, you don't need to stoop so low to become the vice presidential candidate. Now, we have read that Atiku Abubakar, one of the front and leading candidate of that under that party, under the umbrella of ADC, I said that he's going to use just 4 years and then give power to Obi, and then if he becomes, that is if he's elected, and then Obi too has come out that he just need only 4 years and then return power to the north. But of course, the truth here is that the trust factor. How well are these people going to trust one another, and then how well will the Obidients go by this new rule? Now, we have seen that Nigerian politics is going to take a new dimension. If you look at President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he has been so consistent with his party, and then at no time did he in any way do something different that is not like jumping into from one party to the other. But of course, we have seen a lot under the present opposition. We have Atiku that has been virtually in almost all the top political parties we have known about. Then Obi gradually follows suit. I think at the time Obi swore by our Diora that he's not going to leave Abga. But today Obi has decided to eat his own for meat. He has not only left Abga to Labour Party, to PDP, he has left PDP to Labour Party, and from Labour Party now to ADC. This in a playtime is known as political prostitution in our common terms here in Nigeria. Now, of course, when we look at this composition of these political parties in Nigeria, we find out that as of today, APC remains the party to beat. Of course, it has all the governors by its side. And of course, some people will be arguing that, uh, at the time Jonathan was removed through the ballot, he also has some governors on the side. But of course, you have to look at the peculiarity of these, the people involved, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the former president, Goodluck Jonathan. Now, what now does Obi need to do to gain the confidence of his people? The problem here is not that Obi may not really have the confidence of the people per se, but will he be given that ticket? Atiku is a desperate man. He has been desperate all this while. From 1993 to now, Atiku probably see this as his very last chance, as his very last shot at the presidency of this nation, because by 2031 he should be in his 80s, and nobody will want to hand over power to an 80-year-old somebody. So for Peter Obi to now say he wants to contest under the same political platform as such a desperate man, well, of course, his chances are very lean. But of course, we don't know what may happen. Let's not forget that what happened in the PDP that made Wike to be angry with the PDP, with the way and manner the Northerners who key Northern presidential aspirant under that party decided to relinquish everything to Atiku Abubakar, and the way and manner they did it, it was so in such a partisanship manner, or in a manner that feels like it was an ethnic that gave it an ethnic coloration. That was what really annoyed this man. What do we call it now? The present deputy minister, Wike, and then he got him angry. He came second in that primary. Now, aren't we going to see the same thing in this under this arrangement? Now, Obi, well, he needs to. I don't know if it's late now, but if you look at it critically, if he decides to remain in Labour Party, definitely it's going to be the reputation of what happened in 2023, where they divided their vote. But Atiku has no issue at hand now. He has no problem with getting who to succeed him as to be his vice presidential candidate if he wins the candidacy of ADC. But the main issue now is how popular will be his vice candidate in the south. Definitely, he will rather want to go for this man. What's his name now? Chibuka Amechi. And then we know Amechi's popularity is not as cannot be compared to that of Obi in the southeast, south, and then to some extent in the southwest. Now, putting this in mind, we just have to keep our fingers crossed. Of course, it's a it's just a situation that is, I don't know what to call it now. It's a fixed situation, because if he had decided to remain in a Labour Party, the repetition of what happened the other time will still happen. And now that he has moved, people are looking at his chances, and some people are even recommending that he should be a vice presidential candidate. Some people are recommending that he should be a vice presidential candidate. And then, if he decides to stoop low and become a second fiddle, definitely it will not go well with the Obidients across the world. And now, even if he now chooses to say he wants to become presidential candidate and was given and is given that ticket, what are his chances? What are we looking at as his chances? Or rather, do we even think that an Atiku that has the financial muscle to get votes, get northern votes, and even southern votes, do you think an Atiku we allow it to happen? Of course, I don't think so. But of course, we continue to keep our fingers crossed and let's see what happens. This development is going to be an interesting one. Um, if power is supposed to return to the north by 2031, but of course, Atiku can't wait. Otherwise, if Atiku had waited, now you'll have said that the possibility that Obi is going to get that ticket is very high. But Atiku can't just wait for 2031. He needs this power badly. He has been trying it since 1993. So definitely we don't expect him to now back down now simply because we feel that he has been trying all this while that he needs to stop. I'll see you in another video.